Hello, everyone, and a very warm welcome back to Grow English Mastery. I'm Scarlett, and I'm so thrilled you've chosen to join me today for what I believe will be a truly insightful session. How are you doing this week? I hope everything is going well and you're feeling ready to learn. Today, we're setting our sights on the world of global technology and leadership. We're going to explore the story of a remarkable individual who has not only steered one of the world's largest companies through significant change, but has also redefined what modern leadership can look like. We are, of course, talking about Satya Nadella, the CEO of Microsoft. Now, Microsoft is a name that's familiar to almost everyone, isn't it? Perhaps you're using a Windows computer right now, or maybe you rely on Microsoft Word or Excel for your work or studies. These are foundational products. However, the Microsoft of today is vastly different from the company it was a decade ago, and much of that evolution is thanks to the vision and guidance of Satya Nadella. He's led a profound transformation, pushing Microsoft to the forefront of innovations like cloud computing and artificial intelligence. His journey, his philosophies, and the changes he's implemented offer us a rich landscape for enhancing our English skills. Learning about real people who are shaping our world provides authentic contexts for language. Satya Nadella's story isn't just about business success. It's about empathy, continuous learning, and fostering a growth mindset, themes that are incredibly relevant to us all, especially as language learners. So, if you're curious about how giant corporations adapt, what the future of technology holds, or the qualities that make a truly effective and inspiring leader, then you've come to the perfect place. Our primary objective in this lesson is to use the compelling narrative of Satya Nadella's leadership at Microsoft as a vehicle for your English language development. We want to help you comfortably understand a detailed biography presented in English. A key goal is to significantly expand your vocabulary, particularly with terms related to technology, business strategy, corporate culture, and leadership. We'll also examine how certain grammatical structures are naturally used when discussing careers, achievements, and ongoing transformations. Furthermore, we will explore profound concepts such as empathy and leadership, the power of a growth mindset, and the importance of lifelong learning, all central to Nadella's approach and wonderfully applicable to your journey in mastering English. By the conclusion of this session, our aim is for you to feel more adept at discussing these complex topics and more confident in your understanding of the English used to articulate them. Why is focusing on figures like Satya Nadella so valuable for your English progression? Well, understanding the stories and philosophies of contemporary leaders allows you to engage more deeply with current global discussions, technological advancements, and evolving business practices. It gives you the language to participate. Often, learners at the B1 level might feel equipped for everyday conversations, but find it challenging to discuss more abstract or specialized topics like cloud infrastructure, organizational culture change, or the ethics of artificial intelligence. Perhaps you want to articulate your own views on leadership or your career aspirations, but feel you lack the precise vocabulary or phrasing. This lesson is designed to help bridge that gap. We will carefully dissect complex ideas into understandable components, Provide clear explanations of key terminology with multiple examples, and offer structured opportunities for you to practice and internalize what you've learned. Are you ready to embark on this exploration of Satya Nadella's impact and, in doing so, significantly elevate your English proficiency? Fantastic! Let's begin this exciting journey together. So, let's paint a clearer picture of who Satya Nadella is. He was born in Hyderabad, India, in 1967. An interesting part of his upbringing was his passion for cricket. He has often said that playing cricket taught him invaluable lessons about teamwork, leadership, and competing with empathy, understanding your competitors and partners. He pursued his initial higher education in India, earning a bachelor's degree in electrical engineering from the Manipal Institute of Technology. Like many ambitious young individuals with a global outlook, he then decided to move to the United States to further his studies. There, he achieved a Master of Science degree in computer science from the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee. Later, while already working at Microsoft, he showed his commitment to continuous learning by earning a Master of Business Administration, MBA, from the University of Chicago Booth School of Business, attending classes over the weekends. This blend of profound technical expertise and sharp business acumen became a hallmark of his career. Satya Nadella's journey with Microsoft began in 1992. This was a time when Microsoft was already a dominant force in the PC software market. For over 2 decades before becoming CEO, he took on various roles with increasing responsibility across the company. He wasn't always a household name during these years, but internally, he was building a reputation as a thoughtful and effective leader. He worked on ambitious projects, including significant contributions to Microsoft's early efforts in cloud computing and its enterprise software businesses, such as Bing, Microsoft's search engine, Xbox Live, and Microsoft Office. He was known for his ability to understand complex technical challenges, build strong, motivated teams, and navigate emerging technological landscapes. His colleagues often described him as a quiet, reflective leader, someone who listened more than he spoke. But when he did speak, his words carried weight and insight. The turning point came on February 4, 2014. On this day, Satya Nadella was appointed as the 3rd chief executive officer in Microsoft's history, succeeding Steve Ballmer, who had succeeded the founder, Bill Gates. This was a critical juncture for Microsoft. While still a hugely profitable company, there was a growing perception in the tech industry and among investors that Microsoft had become somewhat stagnant, that it had missed key technological shifts, particularly the rise of mobile computing and the full potential of the Internet beyond the desktop. The company faced intense competition from nimbler rivals like Apple and Google in these newer areas. Microsoft needed not just a new strategy, but a fundamental cultural reset. Many eyes were on Nadella, wondering if he could reignite the innovative spirit of the company. One of the most immediate and profound changes Nadella initiated was a strategic pivot encapsulated in the mantra, "Cloud first, mobile first." This was a bold declaration. It signaled a departure from Microsoft's traditional Windows-centric view of the world. Cloud first meant that Microsoft would prioritize its cloud computing platform, Azure, making it the backbone for its future, growth and innovation. Azure was tasked with competing head-on with established players like Amazon Web Services. Mobile First acknowledged that the future of computing wasn't solely tied to PCs. It was about services and applications that could run seamlessly across all devices and platforms, whether they were made by Microsoft or its competitors. This was a significant shift, requiring Microsoft to embrace openness and interoperability in a way it hadn't fully done before. For example, this meant developing Microsoft Office apps for Apple's iOS and Google's Android platforms, and making them work exceptionally well. This strategy has been phenomenally successful. Microsoft Azure has experienced explosive growth, becoming one of the leading cloud platforms globally and a primary engine of Microsoft's revenue and profitability. However, many analysts and Nadella himself would argue that his most crucial achievement was the transformation of Microsoft's internal culture. He inherited a company that was often described as having a know-it-all culture, characterized by internal silos, intense competition between divisions, and sometimes a resistance to new ideas that didn't originate from within. Nadella set out to foster a learn-it-all culture. This new culture would be built on 3 pillars: empathy, a growth mindset, and collaboration. He passionately advocated for empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings of others, including customers, partners, and colleagues. He encouraged Microsoft employees to listen deeply to customer needs and to understand the perspectives of their teammates. He championed the growth mindset, a concept from Stanford psychologist Carol Dweck. This is the belief that intelligence and abilities are not fixed traits but can be developed through dedication, hard work, learning from mistakes, and embracing challenges. This was a direct challenge to any fixed mindset tendencies that might have existed. For instance, instead of penalizing failure, the new culture aimed to see failures as learning opportunities. He broke down internal silos and pushed for greater collaboration across different parts of the company. He wanted teams to work together towards shared goals, rather than competing internally for resources or recognition. This involved changing performance review systems, encouraging cross-functional projects, and leading by example. He famously said, "Our industry does not respect tradition, it only respects innovation." And innovation, he believed, thrives in an environment of curiosity and collaboration. The impact of these strategic and cultural shifts has been nothing short of astounding. Since Satya Nadella took the helm in 2014, Microsoft's market capitalization, its total value on the stock market, has surged, making it one of the most valuable companies in the world, sometimes even surpassing Apple and Amazon. More than just the financial numbers, Microsoft has regained its reputation as a leading innovator, a dynamic and forward-looking company that is shaping the future of technology. It's a remarkable turnaround story, and Nadella's empathetic, vision-driven leadership is at its core. Now, let's delve deeper into some of the vocabulary and grammar we've encountered. Understanding these terms will greatly help you discuss similar topics. We've used the term CEO, Chief Executive Officer. For example, Satya Nadella became the CEO of Microsoft in 2014. Another example: the CEO is responsible for the overall success of a company. leadership is a core theme. For example, his leadership style focuses on empathy and empowerment. Or, good leadership is crucial for navigating change. Transformation refers to a major change. For example, Microsoft underwent a significant cultural transformation under his guidance. Or, the transformation of the retail industry due to e-commerce has been rapid. Cloud computing is essential vocabulary. For instance, many businesses are moving their data to cloud computing platforms like Azure or AWS. Another example. Cloud computing offers scalability and cost savings. Artificial intelligence, AI, is another key term. For example, AI is being used to develop self-driving cars and improve medical diagnoses. Or, she is studying artificial intelligence at university. Company culture is very important. For example, a positive company culture can boost employee morale and productivity. Or, they are trying to change the company culture to be more innovative. Empathy is a quality Nadella emphasizes. For example, showing empathy towards colleagues can improve teamwork. Or, a good doctor needs to have empathy for their patients. A growth mindset is a powerful concept. For example, adopting a growth mindset helped her overcome her fear of public speaking. Or, teachers try to foster a growth mindset in their students. Innovation is the introduction of new things or ideas. For example, the company is known for its constant innovation in mobile technology. Or, innovation is key to staying competitive in the market. A strategy is a plan. For example, the company developed a new marketing strategy to reach younger customers. Or, their cloud-first strategy proved to be highly effective. Market value or market capitalization refers to a company's worth. For example, the market value of the tech company has doubled in the last year. Or, fluctuations in market capitalization are common. Software and hardware. Microsoft is famous for its software products like Windows and Office, but they also make hardware like the Xbox and Surface laptops. Or, you need to update your software regularly to protect against viruses. Let's explore some of the dynamic verbs we've used. To lead, led. He leads a team of engineers. She led the company through a difficult period. To transform, transformed. The internet has transformed the way we communicate. He transformed the struggling business into a profitable one. To shift, shifted, focus, strategy. The company shifted its focus from hardware to software services. They shifted their strategy to target a new customer segment. To grow, grown. The company has grown rapidly over the past 5 years. She grew her small online store into a large enterprise. To develop, developed. They are developing new AI-powered tools. He developed a new method for learning languages. To acquired a company. Microsoft acquired LinkedIn in 2016. The large corporation plans to acquire several smaller startups. To invest, invested in something. They invested heavily in research and development. She invested her savings in the stock market. To emphasize, emphasized something. The manager emphasized the importance of teamwork. In his speech, he emphasized the need for change. To fostered something, like a culture or skill. The school aims to foster a love of reading in children. Good leaders foster an environment of trust and collaboration. And some descriptive adjectives. Transformative. His leadership had a transformative effect on the organization. Learning a new language can be a transformative experience. Empathetic. Being an empathetic listener is a valuable skill. She is known for her empathetic approach to management. Collaborative. The project was a collaborative effort between several departments. They created a collaborative workspace to encourage teamwork. Innovative. The new smartphone has several innovative features. She is an innovative thinker, always coming up with new ideas. Strategic. They made a strategic decision to enter the Asian market. Strategic planning is essential for long-term success. Regarding grammar, the past simple tense is vital for recounting biographical information and past events. Nadella was born in India. He joined Microsoft in 1992. The company faced challenges. The present perfect tense is crucial for actions that started in the past and have relevance to the present, or completed actions whose effects are still felt. Microsoft has become one of the most valuable companies. He has successfully changed the company culture. Azure has grown tremendously. The present simple tense describes current truths, ongoing roles, and company philosophies. Satya Nadella is the CEO of Microsoft. The company invests in AI. He believes in empathy. We also often use modal verbs like can, could, would, might, should when discussing possibilities, abilities, or recommendations related to business strategies or leadership. For instance, Nadella believed Microsoft could regain its innovative edge. Companies should listen to their customers. Furthermore, comparative adjectives, e.g., more innovative, larger, better, and superlative adjectives, e.g., the most valuable, the largest, the best, are frequently used when discussing growth, change, and market position. Microsoft's culture became more collaborative. Azure is one of the largest cloud platforms in the world. Now, let's think about how you can actively practice with all this rich material. First, listening comprehension. When you listen to this lesson again, try to note down 3 key strategic changes Satya Nadella implemented. What specific examples of growth mindset or empathy in action at Microsoft can you recall from the lesson or from your own knowledge? What does cloud first, mobile first mean in practical terms for Microsoft? After listening, try explaining Nadella's impact to a friend in your own words. This is a great test of comprehension. Second, speaking practice. This topic lends itself to many interesting discussions. You could discuss with a language partner. What are the 3 most important qualities for a CEO of a major tech company today? Or, how can a large, established company avoid becoming stagnant and continue to innovate? Consider the concept of company culture. How would you describe the ideal company culture to work in? What steps can leaders take to foster such a culture? You could also talk about your own experiences with technology. How has cloud computing affected you? What are your thoughts or concerns about the rapid development of AI? Third, reading practice. There are numerous articles and interviews online featuring Satya Nadella and discussing Microsoft's evolution. Search for terms like Satya Nadella leadership, Microsoft transformation, or future of Azure AI. Start with articles from reputable news sources that often have slightly simpler language in their general reporting sections. As you read, try to highlight new vocabulary related to business and technology. Look for examples of the grammar points we discussed. Fourth, writing practice. This is where you can really consolidate your learning. Consider these prompts. Write a short biography of Satya Nadella, focusing on what you consider his 3 most significant achievements, around 150-200 words. Explain the concept of a growth mindset in your own words and give an example of how you could apply it to your English learning, around 100-150 words. Imagine you are a new employee at a company. Write a short email to your manager suggesting one way to improve collaboration within your team, around 100 words. Empathy is more important than technical skills for a leader. Do you agree or disagree? Write a short opinion paragraph, around 150 words, giving reasons. Satya Nadella's story is filled with inspirational elements that go beyond business metrics. His deep belief in empathy is a powerful example. He has openly spoken about how his personal life, particularly raising a son, Zain, who was born with cerebral palsy and sadly passed away in 2022, profoundly shaped his understanding of empathy. This personal journey helped him see the world and its challenges through a different lens, influencing his leadership to be more human-centered. He once said, "It's only through Ukrainian for meeting or encountering hardship that you can build empathy." This perspective highlights that true leadership is not just about intellectual prowess or strategic thinking, but about connecting with human experiences. For instance, under his leadership, Microsoft has significantly increased its focus on accessibility features in its products, aiming to empower every person on the planet. This is empathy in action, translating a core value into tangible product improvements that benefit millions. The cultural shift he fostered from a know-it-all to a learn-it-all environment is another profound real-life example. Imagine the challenge. Microsoft was a hugely successful company, which can sometimes breed complacency or an unwillingness to admit that you don't have all the answers. Nadella encouraged humility and curiosity. He championed initiatives like company-wide hackathons where employees from different divisions could collaborate on new, innovative projects, even if those projects were outside their usual scope of work. This not only generated new ideas, but also helped break down those internal walls and fostered a spirit of shared discovery. It showed that the company valued learning and experimentation, even if not every experiment led to a successful product. This attitude is vital in a fast-changing industry. This directly mirrors the kind of positive learning attitude that is so crucial for mastering English. Adopting that learn-it-all spirit for language learning is transformative. Embrace the growth mindset, When you encounter a difficult grammar rule or struggle to understand a native speaker, instead of thinking, "I'm just not good at English," try reframing it as, "This is a challenging area for me right now, but with practice and the right strategies I can improve." Think of every mistake not as a failure, but as a data point, information that tells you what you need to work on next. Cultivate curiosity. Be genuinely curious about the English language and the cultures of English-speaking countries. Ask, why? Why is this phrase used in this context? What's the origin of this idiom? This curiosity will make learning more engaging and less of a chore. Follow your interests. If you like technology, read tech blogs in English. If you like cooking, watch English language cooking shows. Be an active learner. Don't just passively receive information. Engage with it. Ask questions in class or online forums. Try to use new vocabulary and grammar in your speaking and writing as soon as possible. Experiment, seek feedback, and learn from it. Just as engineers test their code and iterate, seek feedback on your English and use it constructively. Don't be afraid if the feedback points out errors. That's how you learn. Practice. Empathy with yourself. Language learning can be frustrating at times. Be kind to yourself. Acknowledge your efforts and celebrate your small victories. If you have a bad day where you feel like you didn't speak well, don't beat yourself up. Recognize it, learn what you can from it, and approach the next day with renewed determination. Satya Nadella talks about rediscovering the soul of Microsoft. Perhaps you can think about connecting with your own soul or deepest motivations for learning English. If you wish to delve deeper into these topics and practice your English further, there are excellent resources available. Satya Nadella's book, Hit Refresh: The Quest to Rediscover Microsoft's Soul and Imagine a Better Future for Everyone, offers his direct perspective on many of these themes. Reading excerpts or summaries could be very beneficial. You can also find numerous interviews and speeches by him on YouTube and other platforms. Listening to these, perhaps with English subtitles initially, is great for tuning your ear to natural business English and leadership discourse. The official Microsoft News Center and blogsmicrosoft.com, are also fantastic resources to see how a major corporation communicates its strategies, product innovations, and cultural values in English. While some articles can be technical, many are written for a broader audience. So, let's take a moment to consolidate the key takeaways from our extensive exploration today. We've journeyed through the remarkable career of Satya Nadella, witnessing his ascent to the leadership of Microsoft and the profound transformation he has orchestrated. We've seen how strategic shifts towards cloud-first, mobile-first, coupled with a deep focus on fostering a company culture rooted in empathy, collaboration, and a growth mindset, have revitalized one of the world's tech giants. We've also noted Microsoft's significant strides in artificial intelligence under his stewardship. Throughout this journey, we've aimed to significantly expand your English toolkit. We've introduced and provided multiple examples for a host of vocabulary terms critical for discussing technology, business strategy, corporate culture, and leadership. Words like transformation, cloud computing, empathy, growth mindset, innovation, strategy, and verbs like to foster, to emphasize, to transform. We've also reinforced your understanding of how grammatical structures such as the past simple, present perfect, and present simple tenses are employed to narrate careers, discuss ongoing impacts, and state current realities. More importantly, we've explored actionable ways for you to engage with this material and enhance all 4 core language skills: listening actively to biographical narratives, speaking articulately about leadership principles and technological trends, reading contemporary business articles with greater comprehension, and writing thoughtfully about these complex subjects. We've repeatedly drawn parallels between the principles driving Microsoft's resurgence, like the learn-it-all philosophy and the courage to hit refresh, and the positive, resilient attitude that fuels success in language learning. It's about embracing challenges, learning from every experience, and consistently striving for growth. Understanding the stories of influential global leaders like Satya Nadella offers much more than just factual knowledge. It provides you with rich, authentic, real-world context for the English language, empowering you to comprehend and discuss the complex ideas, innovations, and societal shifts that define our contemporary world. Thank you so very much for dedicating your time and focus to this comprehensive lesson on Grow English Mastery. I sincerely hope that you found it not only informative, but also deeply motivating, and that you're leaving with a richer vocabulary, a clearer understanding of key concepts, and a renewed enthusiasm for your English learning adventure. Keep nurturing that curiosity, keep practicing with purpose, and always believe in your incredible potential for growth. Before you go, I'd be absolutely delighted to hear from you. What particular aspect of Satya Nadella's leadership philosophy or Microsoft's journey under him resonated most with you? Or, perhaps, what specific new English word or phrase from today's lesson do you plan to start using immediately? Please share your reflections and intentions in the comment section below. Your insights are invaluable, and I always enjoy learning from our wonderful community. If this detailed lesson has been beneficial for your learning, please do show your support by giving it a thumbs up. It truly helps our channel grow and reach more learners like yourself. And if you haven't yet joined our community, please make sure to subscribe to Grow English Mastery and click that all-important notification bell. That way, you'll never miss out on our upcoming lessons, all designed to guide you towards English fluency and confidence. Sharing this video with friends, colleagues, or anyone you know who is on their own English learning path would also be immensely appreciated. Thank you once again for your commitment and for choosing to learn with us. I'm Scarlett. Keep up your brilliant efforts. Continue to learn and grow every day, and I eagerly await our next lesson together. Until then, take excellent care, keep striving towards your goals, and a very warm bye for now.